Hey, what's going on, people? If you're joining back with another video, hey, we got another feminist, man. We got another feminist video coming up for you. Man, I'm in support with feminists, but some of the things they're coming out with, man, especially on TikTok, Jesus, man, I'm telling you, it's entertaining as hell, man. It is. And again, we don't give a shit. And it's like, the more and more feminists speak up, it's like the less men start to care. Because like I said to you, we don't act upon emotions and feelings. We act upon actions, seeing, thinking. We act upon all the psychological parts. We don't act upon feelings and emotions. So we're not going to feel sympathy for you. And I feel like until we see women act upon, it's like I said to you, if you don't want men's attention in the gym, you don't want men's attention out on the street, do not wear clothing that draws eyes, meaning hot pants, high, and then they come back, oh, we should be able to wear what we want. Well, understand that men find women attractive through our art. We find you attractive when we look at you, when we see you. We don't find you attractive. Oh, I'm just going to go and talk to this woman and see if she's attractive or not and see if her intellect's up to scratch. We are not like that. Okay, why do sometimes you see rich men will just pick up a girl that works in a bar or works in McDonald's? Because we're not interested in your degree and your intellect. Don't get me wrong, like having a woman that is smart and intelligent and has intellect is a bonus, but we don't find it attractive. What we are looking at is your physicality. So when you're wearing tight mid skirts that show your bum, hot pants, tight leggings, all the way up your bum, it's like you expect men to keep eyes off, and it's not going to happen. Like I've just explained to you, we find physicality attractive. So if you're out and you feel worried that men are you're gonna draw too much attention, wear baggy clothes, wear loose clothing, because you cannot change what we find attractive. You can't change that. And it's the same, it would be the same on the other way around. Again, I don't know what women find attractive. I have no idea. So I'm not going to go into that. But if I wanted to draw eyes off women, like for example, I wouldn't be wearing nice aftershave. I wouldn't be wearing tight muscle jumpers and t-shirts if I knew women found that attractive and I knew that I would draw that attention. I wouldn't do it if I didn't want the attention. So you can't come with me with an argument with a problem, but then you're not acting upon it. If you're acting upon it, I praise to you. But for some of these feminists, you're not acting upon it. You're just saying shit.
But you see your sister talking to a guy and your chest is tight. Not all men, but you see your daughter with a man and your chest is tight. Not all men, but you teach us to stay away from men. Not all men, but why did you go to his house is an anthem.
Yeah.
Can I help you? You want to walk away? Walk away. Yo, walk away. Walk away. I gotta walk away. Walk away.
Yeah, make it do it.
Walk away, yo.
Do it. Do
walk
it.
away.
My name is Bowen. Do it.
Walk away.
Do it.
Okay, look at this guy here. Small percentage. I don't know what's going on with his shoes there. What are those? I have no idea. But he doesn't look like he's in a good mental state. I'm not saying he's homeless, but he looks very scruffy. He doesn't look like someone, a particular man that has a little bit of an IQ. You know, he doesn't look like he should be even out. I mean, especially if you're wearing your shoes looking like that. But again, you're gonna, fair play. She recorded it just for evidence. Again, another wrong'un man out there that, you know, for me, if I saw him talking to this woman in that way, I would step in and do something about it. However, again, a very small percentage of guys are like this out there on the streets, guys, women. So, you know, I'm fortunate for her that she had to come across this kind of behavior, but
walk away. You're clearly on drugs. You need to walk away.
You on fucking drugs. You stupid.
Clearly walk away. Why are you being problematic? What? I don't want to fuck you. You're ugly as hell. Please walk away.
Fuck y'all, get our money.
This guy behind me asked how many sets I had left even though there were other open benches. Then he proceeded to work out 2 feet away from me. So I will be here until my shoulders fall the F off because I'm doing 1,000 more sets.
What? He's not okay. He's standing 2 feet away from you. Again, you don't own the gym. You're in a public gym. If you want to go to an all women's gym, or you want to go to a gym that is going to cost you a little bit more money to get that kind of privacy, go for it. But if you know what you signed up for, you're going to be in a public gym with other men. He's 2 feet away from you. Again, he's not invading your space. You're doing your shoulder press with plenty of space. He asked you how many sets you've got. Why is that a problem? I get people ask me that all the time, whether they're women or men. How many sets do you have left? 2. Boom. Why?
From me. So I will be here until my shoulders fall the F off because I'm doing 1,000 more sets.
It's a woman's world, so to speak. Pussy, you sour. Never giving credit where it's due because you don't like pussy in power. Venom. It's a woman's world, so to speak. Pussy, you sour. Never giving credit where it's due because you don't like pussy in power. Venom. Venom.
Yo, what? Okay, so part 2 and final part. So I called the police. A whole bunch of other people actually called the police. And to give you guys a little bit of context, the police station is 1 block away from my house. 1 block. It took them over 10 minutes to get here. And I was watching all of this from my balcony and I could hear their conversations. There's people being questioned and stuff. Essentially, the police said since no one really got a good look at her, they can't do anything about it. And one of the girls from that apartment building who briefly saw her literally said like she was screaming help me and then went dead silent. Like you guys have to look for her. And the police really said that it was out of their control. I also personally have a really bad feeling about this. The hotel across from me, I get really bad vibes from. I've seen some really, really strange people come in and out. I personally think that there's a going on in there. So I really hope this girl the best. And I could barely sleep last night.
Wow.
So I wasn't gonna make any more videos about this, but I think this is a really good comment to address, especially because you hear it all the time of like a woman screaming, needing help, you go out there and you help her, and the next thing you know, you're literally being bombarded. I also think it's important to give a little bit more context about the hotel. So this hotel has long-term stay rooms.
Right, okay.
Do with that information what you will. And also from what I understand and from what I overheard when the police were questioning people, the lady up in the apartment balcony saw her running from in and around this hotel, out behind the parking lot, seeking help, trying to like get someone's attention. And here we are. You know, you call 911, they show up 10 minutes later. Obviously she's gone.
Yeah.
No one knows where
I mean, that's what
but
that's standard, man. The police can't just be there in seconds. Like I've been through things. I'm not gonna say what they were, and gone to report it to the police. They can't do anything about it, man. Like sometimes that's just how it is, you know. But it's unfortunate whatever happened to her.
Safe. This is a very populated area out here, and something still happened, so you can never be too cautious.
Hi, I am glad you brought this up so that I could have this conversation. I want to Hi, I am glad you brought this up so that I could have this conversation. I want to clarify that I in no way hate anyone in any shape or form or gender or sex. I don't hate a man as a person. What I do hate is the behaviors and the actions and the words that they inherit through culture and the people who raise them, because this is a patriarchal society. Everyone knows that. And because of that, there is sexism that is ingrained and institutionalized in our country, and that is what I hate. I don't hate the person, I hate what they have learned and what they decide to do with that. I'm going to say it because it is true. Not all men commit sexual assault and harassment, but everyone, including women, have ingrained in them because of our culture sexist ideologies that we need to unlearn. Does it mean that we hate men as people? No, it means we hate that men have these sexist ideologies and use it against us in their behaviors.
Oh my God. And you can't fight the tears that ain't.
So there you go.
It's a woman's world, shoulders.
So, okay. Is it a thing though that we learn? I mean, are you saying that we sit in a lecture room and there's a high power man and he's telling us all these things about how sexual ideologies and like sexist, teaching us about sexist ideologies and behavior that we need to kind of do and like commit out there? Like, I feel like it's not something we learn, it's something we pick up on. And it's not learning something and picking up from something are two completely different things. Like I think that learning something is you sit down, you read it, you study it. Picking up on something is just like a natural thing. It's like if you see someone, it's like a baby. It's like, I wouldn't say they are sitting down and learning things, but they pick up on things you do. They pick up on your habits, your traits. And you know, if I saw a man jumping, I don't know, jumping over something, and I see that same man jumping over this bridge every single day. There's a reason why he's doing that, and I might tend to pick up on it because it's like, well, if he's doing it, then I should start doing it because there's obviously something that is on the bridge that is making him or forcing him to jump. It's not the fact that I sat down and learned it, and I feel like, I think naturally, like I said, men. This is the problem we have, is we can't. It becomes hard because we can't. Not everyone can necessarily sit down and listen to what these kind of women have to say, and I think she's right. I do agree with her. I feel like we have inherited, not learned, but we've inherited and we've picked up on certain behaviors from men in the past, and certain things that we're not really allowed to do, we're not allowed to say anymore. And I feel like that's what's wrong. I feel like that's what's wrong with our society today, is like we have to put a title on everything, we have to put barriers on everything. And I just feel like it's getting worse. Like, I feel like our mental state is just decreasing. I don't feel like we're getting any stronger mentally. It's like, why is the suicide rate increasing? Why is depression increasing? Why is anxiety increasing? It's like, we live in such a free world now, it should be the opposite, but it's not. So the fact that we kind of have to put a barrier on everything and not talk about certain things and have to hold back because of certain opinions and views of feminists and people that are coming out now saying, oh, that's sexism, that's body shaming, that's this, that's that. It's like, well, why can't we put a title on anything anymore? It's like, and that's why when you hear men say, oh, it's a snowflake society, you take that to heart. But it's true. We are living in a snowflake society because you can't even put a title. You can't call people overweight anymore. You can't call people obese anymore, even though they are. It's like, it makes no sense. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I feel like we have too many of those people now in today's society that, you know, we've gone way past that. There's no way we can get that back. But I feel like going back 30, 40 years ago, where you could put titles on things, you could say certain things, and you would be in that bracket. And it's like, I feel like it's good to have titles. I feel like it's good to have certain rules. I feel like it's good to have that, because it's like, that's like opening up a table that you've never built before, and you're just going to start building it. You're just going to start messing around with it. But it's like, it comes with rules and instructions. So again, a small percentage of wrong-uns that take these ideologies and behaviors into their powers, into their hand, and they use it in a wrong way. I agree, but we still have to live with titles. We still have to. I still feel like we do, because without that, yeah, we're living in a free world. Yeah, you can be what you want, you can do what you want, but it's like, you're literally. It's just such a confusing world to live in. So confusing.
Never giving credit where it's due because you don't like pussy in power. Venom. Venom.
I had decided not to wear makeup that day. I decided to sit at the breakfast table and let...
Making him wait 2 years. Fair play to you, man. I mean, I don't know how you held out for that long. I would have been long gone, but good, fair play to you. I mean, unless you're religious, that's fair enough. Maybe he's Christian, maybe she's a Christian. I don't know, but I couldn't wait for that. I couldn't.
Venom.
I had decided not to wear makeup that day.
2 years.
I decided to sit at the breakfast table and let my black guy do all the talking. His mom did a double take, and in shock asked me if her son had done that. My silence said everything. She started to scream along with his father and lecture him. He finally admitted he was wrong, and his mom forced him to say sorry and apologize, so he did. She said, "He isn't always like this, we'll get through it as a family." Then his dad said something I will never forget. He said to his son, "Do you realize how lucky you are that she is a Bengali woman? Because if she was white, she'd have already called the cops." In that moment, I knew what this family really thought of me, how weak, irrelevant, and small. A fire awoke inside of me, and I left the next day. Got a restraining order, filed for divorce. Oh, and before I forget, you bet your ass I called the police.
Oh, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through.
So I thought I'd address this situation because what he's done is fucking horrible. He's publicly humiliated his girlfriend or wife in front of the whole world, in front of millions of people, when it's a normal thing that women have.
Yeah.
Are you alright? 99% of the time, girls are producing acidic discharge or colour in their knickers. It's just acidic. Girls, it's a way of cleaning out the bacteria. Like when we have our period, the blood cleans out all this and that. But normal day-to-day life, girls, vaginas... Sorry to say the word if you little girls are on here, but the word vagina is normal, so normalise it and normalise having this in your knickers because it is acidic discharge. It's also in my nice, snazzy, fancy knickers from Victoria's Secret. It's normal. You know why? Because we're women and we're girls, and that's what girls have to go through. So I'm sorry that your stinky little willies don't do the same thing.
Willies. Willy... Just say him. Just call him out. Why?
Sorry to say the word if you little girls are on here, but the word vagina is normal, so normalise it and we're girls, and that's what girls have to go through. So I'm sorry that your stinky little willies don't do the same
Why did you again?
thing.
A century of what straight women want.
All I want is a nice boy who enjoys my cooking and goes to church and who doesn't hit me very much. I don't think that's too much to ask. All I really want is a handsome, hard-working young man who can take care of some children and me. Isn't there a big, strong man out there who wants to take care of little old me? All I want is a smart man with a good job who will buy me cigarettes and let me be a liberated woman. You know, all I really want is a cute guy who will support my career and show me a good time. Is that really too much to ask? All I want is a sensitive guy who loves me for me, you know what I mean? Honestly, all I really want is a guy who isn't racist, misogynistic, or homophobic. The bar is literally on the floor.
Hey, so you bagged him. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, red. It's a woman.
Hey, that's a great video. Great video, man. Well done. Fair play to you. Yeah, nuts. These women still want sensitive guys. I don't believe it.
Woman's world, so to speak. Pussy you sour. Never giving credit where it's due because you don't like pussy in power. Venom.
A bad bitch. What does that even mean?
Me, the fact that men expect submission from women. Like, excuse me, why the fuck would we listen to y'all? That men expect submission from women. Like, excuse me, why the fuck would we listen to y'all?
And that's the problem. This is the exact problem. Because men are men and women are women. We are two completely different beings. We are humans, but we are two different beings, two different mental states, two different brains. And the longer I go on about this, I mean, I hope some of you women that are girls that are watching these videos, I hope you are starting to understand the men's mind. We are territorial. We are natural leaders. We are alpha. We alpha male. Now there's a thing called alpha female. The only alpha female that you will see in the animal kingdom is hunting dogs. Hyenas, hunting dogs. That is it. Across the board, the animal kingdom, lions, wolves, you won't see alpha females. You only see alpha males. We are natural born leaders. We've been put here on this planet to build, to create infrastructures. We are here to lead. Women, again, you are our support. We are not saying that you aren't important. We are not saying that you know, you don't, you know, you have no say in the matter. We're not saying that. However, this is the problem with the modern woman. You won't be submissive to us. Don't expect, hey, if you don't want to do that, don't expect us to be paying the bills, being the breadwinners, taking you on holiday 3-4 times a year, earning over 6 figures. Don't expect that shit then. If you don't want to do one thing, don't expect anything from us. Simple as that.
Every problem we have on this planet, from wars to STDs, have been caused by men.
You. I'm not talking to all. You. If you don't want that, you carry on.
And why the fuck would we listen to y'all? Because you got to deal with it from...
We have this planet from wars to STDs have been caused by men. How have STDs been caused by men, please? And that's quite negative of her to say that, because gay men, especially, obviously the rate of you know, contracting AIDS is higher. But listen, that's just a natural form. AIDS is just a disease, and it's the same with all diseases, cancer, all that stuff. They're natural forms. It's like, yeah, okay, sexually, you can prevent yourself from doing it, but it's like, well, hang on a second. You can't blame it on gay men. We didn't get, at the time when AIDS was kind of unknown, no one really didn't know about AIDS. It's like, well, men didn't know about that. It was just a thing that happened, right? It's like, you know, you can't blame a disease on a gender. That's just ridiculous. Again, wars, political men. I mean, I'm pretty sure there have been political women in this day and age that have caused war. Who's that woman? That woman that killed over 20,000 women and children in was it Iran or somewhere like that? Somewhere in Iran or Iraq or somewhere like that. Through politics, again.
Wars to STDs have been caused by men. Why the fuck would we listen to y'all? Because you got a deep voice, boy? Fuck you.
Hey, good luck finding a boyfriend.
Friends, in this episode of dismantling deeply ingrained misogyny.
Fuck that. We don't want... So you're not going to be submissive. So you might as well be a man. You might as well be the man in a relationship as well then.
Propaganda, we're talking about gossiping. I came across this statue last night while I was taking a walk in the old port of Montreal. It's called Les Chuchoteuses, or The Gossipers, by Rose-Amy Bélanger. It brought me so much joy, so I decided to research why gossiping is so stigmatized. Before men turned it into meaning idle backbiting talk, the term gossip actually meant close female friends. Back in the day, in the tight-knit communities of women performing collective tasks, their deep understanding and detailed knowledge of their societies made them quite powerful. This threatened the men, so they started propaganda depicting women gossiping as the villains. The church stepped in and enforced obedience with this. This is called a scold's bridle, or branks, and it would tear women's tongues if they tried to speak. Ooh. Female friendships were one of the targets of the witch hunts, where accused women were forced under torture to denounce each other, friends turning in friends, daughters turning in their mothers. The idea that women hate each other was invented and perpetuated by men. Check out part 2 to find out why gossiping is actually good. I thought this was a joke comment.
You bring up the past again. You keep doing that. Do you see what I mean? Do you see the pattern here? Like, all these women on here, on TikTok, all these modern women that want to talk about men are trash, men are this, men are that. You all bring up the past for some reason. Like, I love the fact you can't let go of it. I love the fact that you just, do you know what? You can't try and teach us the right way. You just want to bring up the past again. And the same old bullshit. You know, why don't you start teaching us how to be right men? Start teaching the younger generation, the younger men that are growing up, on how to treat a woman in your eyes. Because you keep bringing up the past. Again, you're bringing up the past. A young boy, a young man's going to see that shit. He may say, do you know what? Some of those ways, I might kind of step into some of the ways. You keep bringing up the past again. See what happens. War. We had World War II. A past reflection of a horrible time. Shouldn't have happened. It happened. Millions of people, men and women, children were killed. But again, we keep on, repeating the past, bringing up the past, bring it up. See what happens. You ain't going to get nowhere. You're just in a fucking spiral. You're going on in a spiral. To the woman that was talking about not being submissive, good luck to you. Because I mean, it's actually nuts. You can't find that woman there. You see that woman there? It's like, I feel sorry for her next man or whoever decides to settle down with her, because it's like, you're going to be with another man. You're basically going to be in a relationship with another man, because who's going to be the submissive one? If you end up being the submissive one, you're weak. Mentally, you can't, listen, nuts. Why can't you just do what you're supposed to do? We'll do what we're supposed to do. You do what you want to do. What you're supposed to do. Not saying that women can't go for careers, can't be powerful. I love that. Love it. But at least be and act like a woman, man. In the relationship. Anything you do outside of that, career-wise, whatever you're striving, your dreams, your goals, I agree with that. You should have the freedom and the rights to do that. But when it comes to the relationship, you're meant to be the woman, I'm meant to be the man. I'm meant to be the protector, the provider. You're meant to be the submissive one and the carer. Why can't you just do that? Why is it all, oh, no, you can't, no, you can't overpower me just because you're a man? Duh. Guys, you with your boy Jordan, and I will see you in the next video.